Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Sides, One Love. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Cecile.
We are your favorite mother-daughter duo, and we're bridging the gap with laughter and love. All right,
Well,
let's get into it.
let's get into it, daughter.
If my energy's a little low, just flew back into town last night. Work today. Very tired, but we're here. We're here. So my weekly update is I was in Mexico the entire week, so that's where I just came from. I was celebrating my friend's 25th birthday. Had a great time. It's amazing to be able to travel with my childhood friends now. Like we've known each other since we were 10. So it's it's so crazy that we're all turning 25 together. And it's our first trip too. Like
Overseas, yeah.
not even like our first trip. The
Mm,
only trip we've only been on together was our senior trip in high school.
right.
But that was like orchestrated by the school.
Right.
So
Student stuff.
yeah, so that's pretty much my entire week.
Well, that's great. That's great.
What's your week?
Um, my week was uneventful, which is a good thing, you know. Nothing dramatic happened except, earning a living, you know. Um, Everybody went on about the weather, but it was actually quite fine. Um, so I thank God that I had a good week. Nothing, unforeseen happened.
That's good.
Yeah, and I love that. Boring life is a wonderful thing nowadays in this current world that we live in. So, it was.
Michelle Obama said that. You should appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate the boring and the uneventful. It's pleasure. It's actual pleasure for me at this point. So, but I'm glad you had a good time in Cancun. It's like going to another level in adulting, and with people that you've grown up together, you know, and it's just wonderful to see her have friends that are lifetime friends. Pretty much, they've grown up together from almost kids, and they are almost like my other daughters because I've seen them evolve, I've seen them grow, I've seen them go through challenges, and it's beautiful to see. Um, I think that's one thing she's always she her friendships are very important, very precious. She treasures it, nurtures it, and I think she saw that,
I was literally
with
just
me.
going to say that.
She saw that with me. A lot of my friends
I was just going to say that. I was going to say you're very much the same, so I'm pretty
I am
sure
pretty
that's
much the
what it
same.
is.
I mean, my newest friend I've known for 21 years. So, um, and it just is what it is. It's a beautiful thing because I'm at the stage of life now. I can't make new friends anymore. It's really not even emotionally possible.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you had
Yeah.
a great example of
Yeah.
a lot of friends,
Hmm.
lifelong, long-term friends.
Yeah.
Through all
And we've lived in
different
different
states. Yeah.
places, different parts of the world,
So
and we maintain a friendship regardless of where we've lived. One of my very best friends, she lives in Scotland. We WhatsApp is our friend.
yes.
We
Shout
will
out
talk for
technology these
2
days. It definitely
hours
helps.
and, just talk about anything and everything, bust out laughing, remembering stuff we did 40 years ago, and it's just great. I mean, there's nothing that can replace that level of friendship. So I feel pretty blessed and grateful that I have that level of connection with a number of people.
Yeah.
My California crew, and we've all ended up some in Florida, some in Atlanta, and we make the time, the effort, whatever, to get together. At least 3 times a year. We keep up with phone calls regularly, weekly, every 2 weeks at the most, and they're like my family.
Yeah.
They're
they
definitely my
are.
family. So, and I will drop everything and be there for them, in life, and as they have been for me. So,
Do you think having that friend group made moving to America easier?
I didn't particularly have it when I had it when I moved here. I didn't really know.
I'm talking about California.
Well, you mean moving to Atlanta from
No, no, no.
California?
I mean moving to
No,
California.
no. When I moved to California, I knew no one.
No, I know. I'm saying meeting them and creating that friend group. That
Oh
would
my
made
God,
it
yes.
easier the transition.
Everything, yes. We literally adopted each other because we didn't have a lot of Jamaicans in California at the time. And we adopted each other. We were definitely just, the connection was immediate and great. And we sure did have a great time in California. We partied literally every weekend from Thursday to Sunday, you know.
How long into you moving to California did you meet
I would say about
everybody?
8, 9 months.
Okay, it's not
Yeah,
terrible
no, 8, 9 months.
for
And
moving to a
we were
whole
pretty
new
much
place.
inseparable for the entire time. And 11 years later, some moved to Florida, some came to Atlanta. It didn't make a difference. We always stayed connected. And here we are 40 years
Years later.
later. So, you know, shout out to my friends. They know who they are. And and they have made, definitely fulfilled me and my life in lots of changes that I've been through. They've been there. And I feel incredibly blessed to
It's
have
very
that.
interesting to live like what is modeled and you don't really realize it
Hmm.
because even grandma had tons of long-term
Hmm.
relationships and it's just like you had the same thing,
And
I had
she
the same
nurtured
thing.
those friendships.
Yes.
People
Oh,
don't
yeah.
realize, in order to have good friends, you have to be a good
Every
friend.
relationship,
You
every
know,
that's with anything.
but I
Like
find that people here, for the most part, they have friends of convenience. If the friend moves to another county, I am no longer. I don't really talk to her. There, it's a friendship of convenience, and it's just different. We've always looked at friendship on a much deeper level. So
I think it's just people what they grow up with and they
that's true.
probably
And what they
just
see
yeah,
model, they
that's what I'm
model
saying.
what they see. We
Yeah.
definitely model what we see more
So
than we know.
so I know you wanted to talk about Savannah Guthrie. I really didn't know much about the story until you brought it up to me earlier.
Yeah,
I think it was big this week, and obviously I was not really
it's
paying
still going
attention to
on. It's
the
ongoing
news.
because
Yeah,
the mother was abducted, and
where was
no,
she abducted? I saw that she
in
wasn't there,
Arizona, in a gated community, clearly more upper echelon, you
like from
know,
her home.
from her home. Her daughter dropped her home at 9:30 the night, and she has not been seen since. Clearly she went inside and all of that. They found just small amounts of blood when she didn't turn up to church on Sunday, and that was
Okay,
the thing. And she's 84. She walks,
okay,
with
a
a
cane.
cane. She has a pacemaker,
Okay,
but she has no cognitive decline at all.
okay.
And so when they went in the home, they found that there was some signs of, there's some blood. Her pacemaker and her medication, her pacemaker, something about it being monitored, and within 24 hours, it was no longer being monitored. Medication
Is
is left in
yeah.
the home that she needs
Hmm.
daily to stay alive. So it's just really scary.
I saw somebody on Thread said that they think it's like somebody that knows her.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, in that community, I mean, I imagine most homes have cameras. They removed the camera from her front
Mhm.
door. Um, it's got to be somebody who knows.
Have they asked for ransom?
They said that there is a ransom note. However, this could just be people who are taking advantage of the situation. So they're trying to legitimize, the ransom situation. Oh, and I think they're asking for proof of life
I mean,
before paying,
that would make
and
sense.
it would make sense. So it's just, I can't even imagine going through something like that with
It's
my
so random.
84-year-old mom, um, who lives by herself, and
It's
it's
so
just a little
random.
crazy. She has a daughter who lives close by.
Yeah.
It was her daughter who had dropped her home 9:30 the Saturday night. I assume saw her in the home. I'm thinking a variety of things. Was there someone in the home when
When she
she dropped
arrived.
her, or? But I mean, there's so many cameras nowadays. Even if your camera is out, your neighbor's camera, your this camera, it's it's a little crazy.
I wonder how that'll all play out.
We'll see because it's got to play out. I mean, this is not like it's not a densely populated area. It look like it's so we'll see what happens.
Well, moving on to the conversation that has been the conversation for weeks now. It has just infiltrated the Grammys. So the Grammys was this past weekend, and a lot of people in there, and a lot of people in their acceptance speeches mentioned ICE and what is going on in the country. Kehlani explicitly said "F ICE" in her acceptance speech, and then said it again on the carpet. She said, "I know people want more couth, but that's
we don't live in a couth time."
SZA said something. Shabuzi said something. Billie Eilish has been saying so. A lot of different. Trevor Noah was talking about obviously with his jokes and whatnot. So that definitely if the Bad Bunny, which he's also slated to perform the Super Bowl this weekend. So he's having great weekends. He won Album of the Year to then, which is
ironic.
Yes. Given the current situation, all the backlash.
If they had just left him alone.
Yes. Because all the backlash he received when he was announced as the performer
brought him to
and what they were,
forefront.
yes. And everybody
popularity
on the right being up in arms about it. And then, yes. So now with everything going on, then he went Album of the Year, and then this weekend he will be performing.
I know that he's from Puerto Rico, guys. Yes. Like, use a noggin.
A lot of people are unaware that it is a U.S. territory.
Really? Yeah. Adult humans?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe someone should tell them.
It just continued. There was also a little bit of backlash in regards to Jelly Roll because he didn't say anything. I think in his speech he said God doesn't have a party or something to that effect. And what I take issue with is not that he didn't speak on ICE. I take issue with when in his post interview, he said he's just a dumb redneck. He doesn't even know what's really going on. He said he just really got a phone. He's not really on social media. And I would believe that if he didn't say God doesn't have a party. Because that means you're somewhat informed of what's going on. I think you should. Yeah. I think you could have spoken about God without bringing up political parties. So if you're going to bring up political parties, either speak about what's going on or just keep it to one thing. Like that was really more my issue with it. You don't have to speak on ICE, but then don't do it half-heartedly. Yeah.
He's just straddling the fence.
Yeah.
He has his folks that he has to
you don't have to
satisfy. You don't have to speak on it. He's just straddling the fence, and
because most of his speech was about God, which is fine,
which is totally fine. But keep it in that vein. We don't have to have party with it because one has nothing to do with the other. So you don't want to pick a side for obvious reasons, I assume. But for me personally, in this time, you got to pick a side
for sure.
You got to pick a side. We've got to be convicted with how we feel. We've got to be stronger. We got to honor our civic obligation. We have got to stand up and be strong and not be afraid. I am going to honor my civic duty. I am going to honor my integrity as a human being.
Because we could easily not talk about it.
No matter what, and these are people who can easily, more than I can.
Some lighter moments at the Grammy. Did you watch Justin Bieber's performance?
Fantastic.
What did you think about him being in his boxers?
I mean, it's artistic expression. Is
that what you?
It's artistic expression. Hey, I've grown very accepting of the changing.
Some days.
Yeah, for the most part. But I thought it was very raw.
No, his talent is always
and he was trying to, I think, create like a nice raw.
That's what they said he was trying.
And it made you focus more on his vocals. And
one thing about just the vocals will always be there. He's extremely talented.
He's extremely talented.
So thank God he has that. I do hope Justin is okay. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Especially as a child now. So I hope, like, his mental is getting where it needs to be.
Yes.
If not for himself, for his child.
It's got to be for you first, though.
I agree, but sometimes whatever needs to motivate you.
That's true.
So
because children will help you get it together fast. I have proven that many, many times in my life.
So yeah, whatever helps him get there. I know it's difficult to be a child star and all that kind of stuff. So
and he did not have the best parental support either. Considering what he went through parentally.
Those are usually the child stars that suffers as parents who are not as involved as they should be.
They were very involved. They just were not parents.
That's what I mean.
They spent his money real well, but so.
And then also, Cher announced Song of the Year.
Luther Vandross.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The song is called Luther.
Okay, poor Cher.
No, but
how old is Cher?
Cher's like 79, so that's why Cher did her best.
Hell, I'm not upset about this too, just out of habit. But
that SZA said the same thing. She said,
"Let it roll."
She said, rumble. She's Cher. She said she probably do that with the Vandross for real. So she's
that's your natural thinking.
She said, "There's no problems, though."
I'd have probably said Luther Vandross too. You go on, girl.
Why they got Cher up there? See, just let the girl be at home.
She was a little confused.
Because she's almost 80.
Well, what people think because you've had $100,000 worth of plastic surgery, that makes you young. That just makes the shell young. But
she probably saw SZA's name and was like, "What is that? SVA?"
What is that?
She didn't know what that was.
Typographical error?
She just saw Luther.
And who knows? She probably had a few drinks, then you put her on stage. Probably can't see too well. I mean, all these factors. I mean, let the girl live. I don't know.
So, switching gears a little bit, did you hear about Melania's documentary?
Oh, yes. I heard about it.
Did you hear people watch Michelle's documentary?
Yeah, they watched it on purpose.
During her opening?
Yes, including I, by the way.
I think it's the first time a lot of people even knew that Michelle had this documentary on.
Really?
Yes.
I've seen this a number of times.
I think everybody knew about the book becoming, but I don't think people knew about the documentary.
Which was very well done.
So yeah, apparently millions watched Michelle, and I think only like hundreds of thousands.
Well, tickets were, I think, like over $1 million of tickets were bought. Apparently, through.
Was it screening somewhere?
The Republicans bought the tickets, but nobody showed up to watch.
I'm saying, where was it screening? I thought it was just on Netflix.
No, it was in the theaters. Oh no, it was in the theaters. Yeah.
Who gave her that?
Well, you expected that. They said the theaters, the last count I saw in terms of the average amount of humans that showed up to view it, the average amount was 11 in the theaters. Yeah. In major cities like Atlanta, Chicago, New York, the blue states, so to speak. The average
Georgia,
was 4.
Atlanta's blue, Georgia.
Was 4 or 5. So, and I mean, I think also, to be fair, a lot of the MAGAs or whatever,
I don't think
they can relate to what that movie seemed to have been portraying.
I don't even think it's about. I don't think they care about her.
Nobody even really remembers her.
What are we watching this for?
No, I mean, she does speak.
She doesn't speak. There's nothing that was like she needs a documentary.
No. She has never said anything.
I don't think they care about her.
No, and I think that's a big part of it. Even more so,
even her own part. I don't think they care about her.
I heard the production was very mediocre, but I can't tell you, God, these eyes will not see it. but I hear that it was very mediocre at best. But hey, girl got to try.
I mean, for sure, she got offered it. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, girl got to try.
Just very interesting. Yeah. I think they assume people will at least hate watch, which people do that. So
these eyes.
Oh, I don't hate watch. If I don't like something, I don't watch it. I don't.
These eyes will not.
Also, in pop culture, what did you think about Karen Huger's interview?
I think it was very good.
You do?
I do. I think
I think some parts were.
For Karen.
Some parts not.
For Karen, in terms of what we know her to be and the grand dame, whatever. It was it was what I expected, and I think she did a fairly good job in terms of acknowledging that she had a problem. She kind of skirted around that. She skirted around that and pretty much blamed the fact that she was assaulted as a young girl as to why, 40 odd years later, she's still battling with, pills.
But it's like she's allergic to the word alcoholic. She
said she prefers NA, Narcotics Anonymous, I guess. It's okay, Karen. It's really okay. It's
just okay. Say what it is. And then her being like, I don't drink and drive.
But you did, darling. And the whole world saw it.
Where's the reality that people live in? Like, and then who in the jail had her teaching an AA class? What is happening? Yeah. That's the $10 million question. What is happening? Those would be my only issues of like, girl, you aren't alcoholic. This like stop spreading around the word. Like
you have a lot of good company. She has said though that she will no longer drink alcohol, which I thought I heard her say.
I hope not. She should not. Yeah. Even a lot of people necessarily may not have issues with alcohol, but it usually leads to other things.
Exactly. There are a lot of people who take pills, but they eliminate in eliminating the pills, they also eliminate alcohol because it's just something else people become addicted to. If you have an addictive personality, you are prone to being addicted to just about anything. So, and, I mean, yeah. And apparently her husband knew because she also indicated that there are a number of times that he had to come and pick her up.
Yeah, that wasn't
because she was drunk at a restaurant.
Yes, these things were not new, which is why Ray hired a driver to at least least eliminate that fact of like you can't control whether people drink or not, but at least let's take out the danger of either you hurting yourself or other people and the legal ramifications of that. So he tried to eliminate that part, and
she could have killed somebody.
Yes,
but to segue into a partner, he should have insisted that she got help a long time ago. That's what partners are for.
I don't know.
And he should have laid down the law and said, you're either going to get help. You've got to get help. Not hire a driver and think that, let's cover it with a Band-Aid kind of thing.
I mean, we still also don't know the extent. And then also to what end? I mean, and then there's also alcoholism or any addiction is in different waves. There's a lot of people who are functional addicts
or appear to be.
Yes, there's people that go to work every day and they stop to get drugs.
Or they'll stop for a period and then they start again.
And it's like you can't control grown people. I mean, the only thing he could have done is kick her out. He wasn't going to do that. Like what?
Ray's an older man.
Yes, he wasn't going to
handle all of this all day long.
So help always has to just be your idea. And
that's why you've got to surround yourself. I don't want yes friends. I don't want yes family. I want my family or friends.
But even if you don't have that, you can't be in denial. I still feel like is a little bit in denial.
She is.
And I think that is still a problem.
A lot of people live in that world.
But that's how you can, if you don't believe you really have a problem, then it don't matter if I keep telling you have one.
Didn't she acknowledge that she had a problem, though? In a roundabout way.
To me, the fact that you can't say alcoholic or alcohol, I feel like you still got some work to do. Hopefully she has an active therapist to help her reach that state. Because she even said she didn't watch the body cam video prior to court.
She needs to watch it.
No, she said she watched it with her therapist after she got sentenced, but she didn't watch it prior. So when her attorneys recommended that she take a plea, she didn't want to because she said she didn't watch it, so she didn't understand.
Her attorney should have made sure she watched it.
Why they can't make you do anything the same way they can't make you take a plea. They could tell you that's what they can't make you do it. That is the annoying part of it. Like you can't make.
And because she lived in that denial,
yes,
she ended up serving time, which probably
needed to happen.
Needed to happen.
That is So she couldn't understand why they were so pressed that she take a plea deal because she was like she hadn't seen the video because she said they explicitly told her, yeah, it's not gonna go your like this, but like it's not gonna go your way at all, and
I
she
guess she
did
didn't
not
believe it.
listen. So because they can't make you do it, they
Guess
can
she
do
just had
like
to go through that
so.
experience. She
Yeah,
probably needed to go through that
for sure.
experience. You know, I don't believe anything happens on accident. She
I mean, that's
probably
what she
needed it.
believed. She said
Yeah,
she felt like she was,
yeah,
there to go talk to the
yeah,
people.
yeah. She was fine. You know, and she got her little audience there, and
Mhm.
so hey,
She said they try to keep her out of gym pop. You believe that?
I mean, it's all women,
I
and they know
not
her,
that.
and
That's not the part I don't believe. But then she said she requested that she be put in gym. God brought her here for a reason.
okay,
Okay,
baby girl.
so that was
Mhm.
where I was like, okay,
Maybe she was lonely, not being in Gen
maybe
Pop,
I believe
because it
that.
can be
Yes, I
lonely.
mean
I
you got to
mean,
meet
I
people
would want to be
first.
around people, you
Yeah,
know,
got to make something pass the time.
you know, unless they're shanking me, but I would want to be around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, this episode will be coming out right after Valentine's Day, I believe.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans for Valentine's?
You know, I like to keep it simple. I don't know what my dear partner will do because he's full of surprises, but I just like to keep it nice and simple. And as long as we're together and having a laugh, eating something good, I'm good. But he always makes it special. So, but I'll tell him, tone it down, babe. It's okay. But
You living
yeah.
better than me, y'all. I'm single as a Pringle. Um,
Oh, girl. Hey,
I will not have a Valentine.
I'll be your Valentine.
I
You
always
know
get you a
that.
Valentine gift, actually,
She
in a
does.
card.
She does.
Um, because Valentine's Day to me is not just about romantic love, but just about love in
Just about
general.
love.
So I usually always get her a gift in a card.
I just want to snuggle and Netflix and
Yeah.
chill and,
Mhm.
eat ice cream. So,
I'll be living vicariously
through.
you,
Oh,
because I don't have no man. You got the man. I'll be
oh,
living
oh.
vicariously.
Don't worry. The right one is what's
Of
important.
course, I'm
And
not
we all
pressed.
gonna wait for the right one
Child, I'm not pressed. It's
because we
just
don't do
reality.
rubble over here.
I'm busy right now anyway. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, you're busy. You're busy.
It's all
You're
right.
busy. Take care of you in the meantime, girlie.
So in our segment at the end, I think we're gonna start calling it heart to heart, where we ask each other a personal question, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. So the question this week is, what have you learned about being a mom? That's like the first part. What have you learned about being a mom to me? And then what have you learned about being a mom to Lauren?
How much time we got?
It's our podcast. We got all the time we want to have.
Well, my children are diabolical opposites. To be very honest, very different challenges.
I literally told her the other day it must be like whiplash.
Yes, yes. My son
Having a parent.
is, for those who don't know, super relaxed, no urgency about anything ever. Um,
Very happy go lucky.
Happy go lucky
Oh,
all of
the
the time, and just really, truly living life and enjoying every
as it
moment,
flows. Just go with
ebbs
the
and
flow.
flowing.
Just
And I have spent the majority of his life trying to light a fire under him to get him going, to set plans and, you know, make
add some structure a
add
little.
some serious structure. Just start small. I have tried every approach. I have now sweet guy, loving, most loving person you'll ever meet. You know, sweet, laughs, joyful all the
Yeah.
time. He has had, you know, health challenges throughout his life. He's epileptic. It has definitely, I would say, affected his life in some respect. I have a new approach. I have done all that I can, and I just pray. And he's been very fortunate in a lot of respects. And I just know that God has a great plan for him because a lot of things that should have taken him out did not. So I know God has a great plan for his life. I feel it in my gut, and I am waiting with bated breath to see him do what I know he can do and will do. Melissa, on the other hand, is, as I said, she had a plan coming out the womb. I have spent a lot of time telling her to calm down, live a little. It's okay. You can take a day off. You can not have a plan today. You can actually have a weekend where you're not thinking about, you know, what I'm going to do in 2028, January 10th. You can actually just sometimes just relax and have life happen. So I have to be a completely different parent at all times because not because their personality dictates that I have to be. I'm trying to keep her calm, you know, and then I'm trying to light a fire under him. So this is my life. One thing it has taught me is how to uh try and communicate more effectively where I can reach each of them because I have to reach them in totally different ways. So I try to reach them the way they need to be reached by a parent. And it has taught me immense patience with not only them, but with myself. Um, I think it's just given me fantastic life skills because I've been able to use those same skills even in the workplace, where you deal with many different personalities in the work environment. And you've got to know how to reach each person and communicate with them so that you can really reach them and that they can acquiesce to your wishes, so to speak. So, it being a parent has definitely made me a lot more rounded in terms of communication and timing and being immensely patient. So, you know, it's learning by through fire.
What
But mhm.
what trait in yourself besides patience had to grow in dealing with Warren versus in dealing with me?
It's patience in different ways. That's the thing, that's the thing about patience. When you're patient, I'm patient with him when I'm trying to tell him something and he doesn't seem to be getting it, or he's, throwing a wrench into the process. It's patient with, for the lack of better words, not strangling him. And then it's patience in another way with you because I'm trying for you to see that it's okay not to have a plan, to calm down, to relax, to not take everything so seriously, not going to that place where, you're overthinking everything. So it all comes back to patience. It's just patience in different ways, but it all comes back to that, which, that's, I think God deliberately did that to me because he knows that that is not my strong suit is patience. And he is definitely forced me to be more patient in all respects.
If you did not know us, or y'all, for the ones that don't know us, I'm literally textbook type A and he's literally textbook type B. So we are vastly, in all ways, very different. The only thing similar is probably like our values because we were raised the same way, but like our personalities are different in every aspect.
Yeah. And I mean, she has certain traits of mine, and he also has certain traits of mine, but just very different. And so
you're type T.
I have to. Yeah, I'm definitely type C. So I try to appeal to them with ways that I think will work, and that works for their personality. So work in progress all the time, but it's all good.
What, in a general sense, when you became a mother, what changed from what you thought a mother was to what it actually is? Like, what was the biggest thing you were shocked by?
The responsibility. You just don't have the concept that I am responsible for this life
Yeah.
almost for the rest of your life. Because even when they're adults, you constantly care and love and think about this person. My mother used to say, the loving a child is an enslaving love. And I never understood what it meant. But it really means that even when they do or are things that just you absolutely abhor, you love them anyway. And it doesn't devalue the love you have for them.
Unconditional.
It's totally unconditional. You worry about them. Even when they're fine, you worry about them. You worry about them being hurt. You worry about them getting hurt. You worry about if they're making right decisions at that precise moment. And it's constant. It's every day. Did she get to work safely? Did he get to work safely? It's especially in, the world that we live in nowadays as black, when you have a black son and a black daughter, that adds another layer of concern. So it's a totally enslaving love. I don't know how I could have managed having more than two kids. Yeah, it is. And it's forever. This 18-year-old thing, rubbish. A matter of fact, I would say 1 to 18 is the easy years because you have control. After 18, when they leave you don't. So it's a lifetime. And I knew that my mother worried about me every single day until the day she died, in one respect or another.
And it was harder then.
And it was hard.
Because there was no technology. There was no just, you can just call them. Like, it was no just constant keeping in touch. Like, there was no FaceTime.
That's why you had to trust God. That was the time where you just trust God all the time. Yeah.
I wonder if it was easier, or if it was just
I think it was easier. I think it was easier because you had no control. So you just had to pray and leave it alone. But here we are.
Do you have a question for me at all this week, or
no? Let me think about it. A good two-parter like what you gave me. I'm going to think about
it's a two-parter because you got two children.
I know, but
so if you had more, then it would have been longer.
Oh my God!
So
no, I'll think about a good one.
Has to be fair. It's not just about me. You have two kids.
I do, but I'll think about a good one. You caught me unawares this week.
I caught her unaware, even though we have a question every week. So
I'm old.
Okay. So we see who reads the docket and who doesn't, but that's okay.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Is there anything else you want to cover in this week's episode? We have no AITA this week, y'all. Like I said, I've been busy, so I have not got a chance to look up one and see what was on the interwebs. But they will be back next week. But anything else you want to discuss tonight?
I'm glad you enjoyed Mexico. You needed that break.
It was a little chilly the first couple of days. It was very windy. But then, like, our second, third day was just like adjusted. Warm. Yeah.
And you're just mentally on vacation. That's the best.
Yeah, for sure.
The best part of it all.
I went ATVing, zip lining, the whole shebang.
Good. You needed that. Yeah. You need the release. How did you enjoy zip lining?
Oh, it was great. You know me, I love a good dare. Like, I love any type of thing like that.
I did the first time I did it in Costa Rica. I wasn't going to because of, the heights and it was crazy. But I was so happy that I did. It was the most exhilarating, freeing, peaceful experience. And I was very glad that I did
I think what it is like, it doesn't really go up, down, and around per se. It's just kind of like
it goes straight across.
Yes.
And we are like right over nature,
I'm saying why it worked for you versus other things. Like roller coasters don't work because it's a lot of
Right. Yeah. Like, it was just Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was. But me, I will do any roller coaster, any type of thing like that. I want to skydive. That is that's literally one of my goals this year, skydive.
insurance.
I'm gonna be with the instructor, man. He'll be right on my back.
Okay.
So we're gonna be good.
Do it, girl. If you feel it, do it. One life to live.
I've always wanted to do it. So
just do it.
But all right, y'all, that's it for this week's episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. Hit the bell to get notified every time we post. And the subscribe button is the red button that says subscribe. It is free. Everybody, please do it. It helps support us, grow the channel so we get noticed and we get released from these 9 to 5s and the bills and everything else.
And have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Whether you have a Valentine's or not, be your Valentine.
Yes.
Be your Valentine.
Also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We post clips there, any news about the podcast, and you can also listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. So please support us, you guys. And for the ones that have supported us, we very much appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And
we love your comments.
And thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.